the link in the bio to go to my YouTube, because I'm actually live on YouTube, and I will be doing some live trading, some live charting, etc. And for those of you that are here, I'm talking to the Instagram live people here. So there isn't really a way for me to stream on both Instagram and on YouTube from the same screen. They're still rolling that feature out yet. So I'm just letting you guys on Instagram know that we're live on YouTube, right? So, I mean, you can watch here if you want. It's not as interesting as it will be on YouTube. I guarantee you that. So let me say what's up to those of you on YouTube. What's going on, Richard? Oh, 1 second. What's going on, Richard? T, what's going on? Levi Vargas. T says, hope we get a bit of a rally. You know what's crazy is one of our boss analysts actually caught the morning rally for 1,160 points, or $1,160 per contract on NQ. So that was the breakout rally, and then we did trade sideways, right? This was the breakout rally here, right? This is actually where the community caught the long from. I actually didn't take this because I was live, but the members in the community took this, and they caught this long here for $1,160 per contract. First Insta Live? No, it's not the first Insta Live. I don't really do it because it's all the good information is on YouTube. And then we traded sideways up until like lunch and then tanked. And the market is actually now, if we take a look at it, the market is actually red, was slightly green earlier today. Now, this is pre-FOMC volatility. And we're not even talking about the FOMC meeting, because there is no FOMC meeting in August. We have Jackson Hole next week, or no, sorry, the following week. But well, actually, wait, is it next week? 23rd. It's the following week. We have Jackson Hole, but the next FOMC meeting is actually in September, right? So with that said, we only have the meeting minutes to look forward to. Now, the meeting minutes are basically just the details and the meeting minutes themselves from the July meeting. So this is not a new FOMC meeting for August. This is from the meeting in July. And what people are hoping to capture is whether there is something in the meeting minutes that was not said in the actual meeting. So one of those things could be an end to tightening, right? If there is an end to tightening in the meeting minutes, expect the 2-year treasury, in my view, to rocket ship today, right? If there is a consensus on an end to tightening, this is the 2-year futures. Actually, this trade can be taken responsibly here. Even if it ends up being a losing trade, this trade actually can be taken with a tight stop limit on the ZT futures. I wouldn't mind this, actually, with a very tight stop. I'm actually going to take this trade with a very tight stop limit on ZT futures. Yeah, I might take this trade. So if there is a consensus end to tightening, I believe the 2-year futures will rocket. And for the reason being, if there's an end to tightening, then that usually means that if there's an end to tightening, that usually means that, you know, bond investors will try to rush to bonds in order to capture those high interest rates. Now, if there is no end to tightening, then I could see new lows on ZT. Like, this will actually start tanking. So for those of you on Insta Live, we are on YouTube Live. So make sure you jump on YouTube Live if you want us to get coverage of the FOMC meeting minutes that we're going to be covering live on YouTube, and we're also doing the trading live on YouTube. It's going to be nearly impossible for you on Insta to follow along here. So I'm just on Insta Live to tell you to go to YouTube in order to watch us there. So all right. And as always, our lives are fundraisers, and you know that we do fundraisers for St. Jude normally, but this week we are focusing our fundraisers on the Maui wildfire relief. Last live stream, you guys donated $500 and I matched it. So we did a total of $1,000 donation. Whatever you guys donate today, I will also match right after the stream. So whether you donate 200 or 500 or 1,000 or 2,000 or whatever it is, I will match your donation. So when does this meeting end? I mean, don't you want to know when it begins first? It begins in 9 minutes, and it's not a meeting. It's the release of the FOMC meeting minutes. So, again, it's not a meeting. Yo, Z, what's going on? Always flexing, says balls. Interesting. Richard, what's going on? Christoire, what's going on? TC102167, Fed meeting minutes. I thought are an uneventful event given the rate decision press conference. What do we look for here? Well, if you don't want to stick around, don't stick around. I mean, what we're looking for is language on whether there is consensus on tightening when there's an expectation of tightening. So during the actual Fed meeting, what Jerome Powell says isn't the extent of what was discussed in the closed door meeting, right? So there's a closed door meeting, and what the Fed members discuss within themselves isn't necessarily what Jerome Powell then goes out to the public and says, okay? So that is why the Fed meeting minutes are looked at. Do I think they're important? Not in the way that that is spoken about. However, the market will take any excuse for volatility. Actually, there's probably a very nice long setting up here. There is potentially a nice long setting up here on NQ futures. I might take this long. But we are going to get the minutes we are going to get the meeting minutes in 7 minutes. So do not trade this if you are faint of heart. Let me see here. Join the bid. Oh, whoops. I'm on the wrong account. $101.04. Okay. And I'm going to set my stop limit at 101. All right. Yeah, I do think that NQ is actually setting up for a live for a long here. This is what I'm looking at on NQ. Meeting minutes are released in 6 minutes. Let me just make sure on the lower time frames I don't get stopped out by something. I'll want my stop limit at around 15:11:25. This is what I'm looking at for a trade here. It'll be about a 3-to-1 trade on NQ. This is what I'm looking at for a trade here. All right. Christoire, what's going on? Kevin, Alia, Wise Wealth, Shaft, what's going on? Sonar, Mjed, Russ. Wrist check, Nicolo says. You really want to see what's on my wrist? Okay, Nicolo, actually, I wore this on my wrist in solidarity with, well, not solidarity, but I guess to have something in common with Jerome Powell, right? Because he always wears the black Submariner. I got the blue dial around. So I'm wearing this specifically. I don't wear this watch a lot, but specifically because Jerome Powell loves wearing the Submariner. during the FOMC conference, right? And for those of you on YouTube, there it is, the Blue Submariner. But yeah, Nicolo definitely caught that. For those of you on Instagram, I'm actually on YouTube Live covering the FOMC meeting minutes. So, all right. This is the trade that I think is on NQ. ZT is a more risky trade, but I'm willing. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens here. Because this could utterly tank if in the meeting minutes it comes out that the Fed actually is not aligned on pausing, and that there's actually more aggressive talk than we thought. Then this could actually break to new lows. So we'll see what happens here. But I'm waiting for this on NQ. On ES, there's a very similar trade on ES, which is the S&P futures. It's a very similar trade. So whichever one you use to trade. Now, you can mimic these trades on the SPY or the QQQ. But in my view, futures are a lot better for day trading because you're not dealing with crazy premiums and an insane loss, right? Like if you're wrong on options, you could be down 30, 40, 50% before even knowing it. And on futures, it's absolute pricing. So we've definitely shifted more to trading day trading futures. I still trade options when it comes to multi-day trades. As a matter of fact, our SPY, we had a SPY short call spread taking advantage of the potential downturn in August. That's actually was up 25% yesterday. It's up 33% now. So I do like trading options for multi-day trades. And for those of you that want access to all of our trades, link is in the description below. We still have our summer sale going on for those of you in IG2. 50% off for the first 3 months. We've never done that before. We launched on a new platform, and it is summer, and we are in the middle of a summer downturn. So in celebration of launching on the new platform, we did release that discount code that is still up. So you will see that in the description below, 50% off the first 3 months. Rode says, what's up, my favorite Greek guy? What's going on? Great to see you doing the trade setups live. I went live this morning in the Academy. And I also went live. When did I go live? Monday as well. So yeah, not only on YouTube, but in the Academy as well. So I've been doing a ton of live, and we'll likely do more live trades as well. Tell Instagram you got the green screen going. On Instagram, yeah, I have the green. You could see the green screen on Instagram. Do you invest in any Chinese companies? Invest? No. Trade? Yes. Fund knowledge information. Of course, it will affect gold. Maybe we can check on gold in a second. I'm looking at this opportunity here on ES. If rate hikes ends, gold up, retail sales indicate inflation. I bet they want to end it with strong interest rate cut. Nah, they're not going to do a cut yet until unemployment keeps going up. Justin Alexander, appreciate your donation. What's up, Justin? What's going on, man? Appreciate your donation to HCF. So what is a good play to watch for on SPY? Well, SPY. If you're trading SPY, then, I mean, you already answered your own question. All right, so meeting minutes are out. Actually, let's go to CNBC real quick and catch this. I got distracted talking to you guys.
Statement there, a pretty hawkish outlook there from the Federal Reserve. But hold on before you make your immediate trades, because these minutes are line comments. Some saw downside risk to the economy and upside risk to unemployment. So that kind of sort of works against that, but it's a smaller number than the most who were concerned about the upside risk. A number said risks were two-sided, and we learned for the first time in these minutes that a couple participants, apparently not voters, just people who were at the table there among the bank presidents, wanted to keep the rates unchanged. So they were not in favor they were not voters apparently, or if they were, they didn't vote. They didn't vote what they said their concern was, and wanting to keep rates unchanged. Now, I'm going to give you some positive comments, and I'm going to offset those with negative or hawkish comments. On the positive, dovish side, some saw tentative signs inflation could be abating, including softening core goods prices. There were continuing signs of supply and demand in labor coming into better balance. Tighter financial conditions were expected to slow consumption, and a gradual slowing appeared to be in progress in the economy. That was back when they met in July. However, that has not been the case. So here are some of the negative hawkish comments that were there. They said real GDP had demonstrated resilience. That's been the case over the intermediate period here, and the economy showing considerable momentum. Again, that's been the case. This group saw payroll and wage growth as still high, and several said significant disinflation had to become apparent in core services ex-housing for the Fed to relax on the idea of raising rates in the future. There was a high degree of uncertainty over the effects of past hikes. And one other thing I want to leave you with is this notion here that says that below trend growth is needed to bring supply in line with demand. We have not, Tyler, as you know from our discussion just an hour ago, had at least forecasts here for below trend growth. So that group in the Fed not getting what they want in terms of below trend growth.
All right, Steve, thank you very much. And stick around for just a moment for more reaction to the Fed minutes. Let's bring in Stephen Stanley, Chief U.S. Economist at Santander. Mr. Stanley, welcome. Good to have you with us. I'm going to call you Mr. Stanley because we've still got Steve Leisman. I don't want there to be any confusion. What's your reaction to what they said?
So it sounds like what we heard from Chairman Powell a few weeks ago, not surprisingly. I mean, since the June meeting, from June to July, the growth data was stronger and the inflation data was softer, and it kind of offset. And I think that left them more or less where they had been in June, which was most people were thinking they were going to have to go a couple more times. So that would be one more past July.
One more past July. Do you expect that to be September or not?
I actually think they'll skip the September meeting. I think they're on an every other meeting tempo. So they skipped in June, went in July. I think they'll skip September and then take another
And
look
is
at
November the last for a while? You think
I
they'll just
think
sit
it
and
is.
wait and watch and...
It depends on the data, of course, but I think it will be, yeah.
And what about the point that Steve made talking about disinflation and housing to relax those hikes? I mean, that has been a key sticking point.
Yeah, well, we've gotten some better data on inflation, and what I think we're waiting to see is if that has staying power. Is inflation going to continue to decelerate, or is it going to stay hot? I mean, the Fed models would say that if the labor market is as hot as it's been, inflation is probably going to stay pretty high, and so. We've gotten good news, but it's not clear whether it's going to persist.
So in this environment, how long would you have to see a trend of less hot inflation, if not deflation, to sort of feel like, okay, we're on more solid footing here?
Yeah, so we have 2 months of good CPI numbers. I think if you get, 3 or 4, then you're starting to get to a point where you can say, okay, at a minimum, we can be very patient. Maybe we don't have to go, or we can just pause for a while and see what happens. But there's always the risk. Inflation may come down for a while and then reaccelerate, right? So you're always kind of hostage to the data.
How do you handicap recession risk, if at all?
I don't think we're going to see a recession in the near term. I think the consumer is still very strong, which we saw yesterday with the retail sales numbers. Looks like third quarter GDP could be very robust. But I think 2024, there's a little bit more of a risk. I think we'll probably muddle through, but if we're going to get a recession, it's probably going to be next year.
That will be interesting in a political year, very much so, because it's very hard for an incumbent to run against a slowing economy.
Sure.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're not thinking too much about that just yet, but that's going to be a big deal in 6 or 9 months.
Steve Leisman, I know you're still with us, and Stephen here makes a good point about retail sales and a potential for re-acceleration. When I saw how strong those numbers were, that was sort of my first fear. I mean, the consumer doesn't really appear to be, at least in the broad sense, really slowing down in spending. Is that a potential risk for inflation trends to move back higher, go the opposite way that the Fed is intending?
It definitely is. And first of all, I just want to point out for Tyler that Stephen spells Stephen with a PH, so there's really no confusion at all when you say it. I can hear the difference when the way you say it. So just to be clear about that, these minutes, I think, would be a problem if we didn't have Jackson Hole next week, because I would be thoroughly confused with very little chance of getting unconfused. But next week, we're going to have a bunch of interviews with Fed officials. The Fed chairman is going to talk. And here's where we're at. I want to just remind you of two of the headlines. One is that most still saw significant upside risk to inflation that could require further tightening. I don't know if that's still the case because since then we've had another inflation report. And then there's this idea about the requirement that we have below trend growth to bring supply and demand into inflation. We are moving the other way. That's very significant to me, and I don't know how Fed officials are processing that. It's going to be very important to listen to them, given Courtney's question of retail being so much higher. You've got this crazy GDP number coming out of the Atlanta Fed of 5.8%, following an upside surprise in the second quarter of 2.4%. So there are really important questions on the table here as to whether or not the Federal Reserve, amid what it's saying here of lower inflation, some cooling in the job market, feels it needs to lean more heavily against the economic momentum that's out there than we believe. I think Stevens, with a PH, is 100% right that September is not on the table, but November could be on the table. And who knows about even more, depending upon how much they think they need to press on this economy to get it back down towards below potential, not where it is right now, which is well above potential.
Which is well above. All right, gentlemen, thank you very much. Steve with a VE, Leisman, and Stephen, PH. Stanley, thank you very much, gentlemen.
Well, let's get the traders' take on the Fed minutes. Rick Santelli is standing by in Chicago. Rick, we've been paying very close attention to the yields. What's going on here?
You know, it's very interesting because yields were definitely on the upside. They've been on the upside. But since the release of the minutes moments ago, as you look at two-day charts, there hasn't been a lot of movement. Two-year note yields are right around where they're at now, 496, around 424. They've moved a little bit higher in 10s. Dollar index very firm, but it was firm before the number. The real issue here continues to be what Steve Leisman said, that there is generally an amount of confusion by many Fed watchers, whether they read the statement or they listen to press conferences. But the notion that Jackson Hole is going to clarify this, let's see what a trader thinks. Paul.
Hey, Rick.
How you doing? All right. Well, we just had the minutes. Real quickly before I get into the meat of what I want to ask you, what were your thoughts? What markets moved? What can we extrapolate?
Well, we really didn't see much, Rick. SPOOs are down 0.1% from when the number came out. That's nothing.
What about volatility?
VIX, same. You can see down here it's pretty quiet.
You know, when you deal with clients and customers and you talk about the Federal Reserve, and be frank here, there is a certain amount of notion where many believe that the Fed has some crystal ball and they can see a little bit more clearly versus us or the average investor. Would you agree with that?
I think people want to feel that way. Right now, I think we're seeing a little less certainty that there's a clear path.
I would agree with that. Okay, so if our hypothesis is the brightest and the best don't have a historical sampling to compare this particular series of events post-COVID with anything in the past, that means we're in a unique spot. So how do you deal with it, A, from the equity perspective and the volatility and option perspective?
Well, what we saw a few weeks ago when SPOOs were at their highs, we saw some very sizable orders coming into the options market, calling a top, maybe calling a low and vol. And
they were pretty close.
Well, that's how it turned out.
All right, so in the meeting minutes, so far it looks like there isn't much movement in terms of volatility and in terms of the indices, because the meeting minutes didn't really amount to much. There wasn't anything that was really new. They said that there could be downside risk to the economy, that the downside risk could come as of next year, and they don't really see it this year. It was interesting that one of the analysts said that they could see a pause in September and actually a rally in a pause in September and actually a raise in October, right? That could be the case because they've already paused once in June. In terms of the market, it hasn't really moved, again, either from the volatility standpoint or from the indices standpoint, or even the yields, right? They haven't really moved. So not much on in terms of information. So yeah, I mean, pretty much a non-event, like was suspected. And there wasn't anything new. I did wish that we got some sense of whether they were going to pause or not. And there just wasn't any new info there. Now I'm waiting for this right here to see if this is a liquidity event to potentially move up on the day from here. Obviously, during the FOMC, you're going to get irrational volatility. Didn't enter along there, but I want to see if this is a liquidity event that could potentially take us to at least VWAP. That is what I'm looking at now. Which channel is this anchor interview? That was CNBC. And then on the rates, as I said before, it looks like, I mean, we're still at that support level. So not really any movement in either the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, or the rates, or even the VIX. S&P is mirroring gold. Why do you keep talking about gold? Yeah, I mean, gold actually, I think, is down more than, no, gold is around down the S&P. Yeah, you're right. But I want to see if this right here is liquidity being taken or not. Shafiq, thank you so much for your donation. ZT dropping, not really. Here's the daily chart. I mean, it's down 0.03, 0.02 since the release of the minute. So it's really just flat. But want to see what happens here. If this is a liquidity event, then I'm going to be looking for longs here. VIX is really unchanged, which is crazy. I was hoping to see the VIX get slammed. What do the minutes say? Rewind the tape. I already talked about it. Hoping to get. Let's see what this yields here on ES. Hugh, thank you so much for your 20-pound donation, man. Gold is boomer heaven. Yeah. Let's see what NQ is doing, if there's any clues on NQ. Same thing. I mean, NQ is doing the same thing, right? Just taking liquidity, and hopefully we can get a break to the upside to take care of all of these imbalances here. Let's see. Is there anything else that you guys are looking at? Look at the Russell 2000. Yeah, I traded the Russell 2000 2 days ago. I'm actually doing a video recap on that. It's the same thing. The Russell 2000 actually looks like it might be cleaner. But we risked $80 to make 700. This was a couple days ago on the Russell. So yeah, the Russell looks cleaner potentially than its counterparts here. But what I'm waiting for here to see is if we're setting up for a long, right, after taking this liquidity here at low of the day. So we broke low of the day, and I want to see what that means in terms of longs. I personally wouldn't have long that. Yusuf, you're about to get fucking banned, bro. Do you ever trade the 1 minute time frame? It's more precise. How is it more precise? There's more noise on it. Can you check Dixie, please? Yeah, I mean, the US dollar looks like obviously inverse the indices, and we might have taken liquidity here at the highs from Monday. You see this? So if the US dollar starts dropping, that might give ES some room to run here. Let's see. Gold, buy or sell? Give me a time frame, bro. You talking about a day trade? You're talking about, what are you looking at? Yambao, anger issues? No, dude, the guy was spamming. He sent the same message a zillion times. He wrote like US oil 100 times. He's spamming the message board. What are you talking about? All right. Is Fed minutes today? Yeah, you just missed it, Brendan. It was already released. We just went over it. FOMC meeting. There is no FOMC meeting. It's the Fed meeting minutes. And they were just released. Seems like turning. No. I mean, we grab liquidity, and I want to see if we're setting up for a long here. What exchange are you trading futures on? Thinkorswim. But you could trade on TradeStation, Tradeovate, etc. Someone sounds angry. No, dude. I was talking about the guy that was spamming the chat. That's all. I missed the minutes too. The minutes didn't uncover anything except for the fact that they think that the economy is on a downturn, and potentially will be in 2024, as opposed to now, and that there will be need for more rate hikes. Dude, ignore the trolls. I know. We are up 325 on this. I'm actually going to flatten this right here. I'm going to take profits here. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. $425 in 2 seconds on this push. I told you guys this was potentially the liquidity event. Super dope, man. We just booked 425 in 2 seconds. On this push up. And I'm going to re-enter if we get a retracement back. Let's see. It's not Wyckoff for liquidity sweeps. So for those of you on Instagram, we just booked $425 in 2 seconds on that move. All right, join us on YouTube. I'm going to end this so you can join us on YouTube. All right, guys. I took it with you. Show me your trades. I exited because this could be an impulsive candle, and I really just front ran. So here was my trade. 425 on the day. I really just front ran this liquidity grab here. That's all I did. Easy money. Thanks, bro. Man, tell me, which one of you guys took that trade? Which one of you scalped that long here? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. Thanks, bro. Yeah, man. Appreciate you, man. Alex, Troy, boom. Result already announced. Damn, so many of you took it. Born Departure took it. The Motivation Matrix took it. Front ran with you. We could have booked a lot more on this. That's crazy. So you didn't wait for the candle to close? No, I just took it off the liquidity event. That's it. I front ran it because I have good risk management. So if I was wrong, I would have exited. And I would likely long this again if we get here. Oh man, I left thousands of dollars on the table. Money's money, but I definitely left money on the table. Guys, 50% off monthlies. Link is in the description below. Make sure you join that. We are also doing a free mastermind. This is absolutely free. August 27th, noon Eastern. You definitely want to join this if you want to learn how to trade. You want to learn how to do what I just did. You want to learn how to trade futures. You want to learn how to sell options. Definitely join that. Link is in the description below. It's absolutely free. Also, make sure that you book that 50% code, because once it's gone, and then people are going to ask me for 50% off soon. Soon after that. But yeah, and for those of you that are on the live stream, make sure that you hit that thumbs up. Make sure you hit that thumbs up so that other people find this live stream. Oh my God, bro. We left thousands on the table. That would have been another, let's see, I exited here. That would have been another 10 points. That would have been another $1,000 on that trade that we booked. Money's money. I'm okay. And I'm glad that so many of you caught that. Love from North Korea. The hustle. I really hope you're not trolling, because if you are from North Korea, I would love to talk to you, bro. I mean, from what I know, North Korea doesn't have access to the outside internet. But if you are from North Korea, I would love to talk to you. Guys, hit that thumbs up. There's 1,500 of you here and only 250 likes. Make sure that other people find this stream, especially if you want me to make more trades. I'm on my day trade limit, 20K account. Jarhead, this is a perfect setup for you. You see this right here? You see this? This is a futures trade. This is not an options trade, okay? You know what this means? This means that there is no day trade limit. That is one of the amazing things about day trading futures. This is why I'm trying to make sure that people get into the futures game. Start trading futures. There is no day trading limit. There's no pattern day trading. I took the TQQQ equivalent. Amazing, James. You trade futures on Tradeovate? No, this is on Thinkorswim. My stop? What are you talking about? My take profit stop? Yeah, it was around the golden pocket on the way up. If that's what you're talking about. Yes. Got to start trading futures. Yeah, man. Omar, yes, you got to start trading futures. Chris, thank you so much for your $50 donation. Remember, I will be matching all of your donations for sure. No clinks? I don't know what you mean, stock market. I'm sorry. Rumal from Afghanistan. Sushil from Nepal. Ramesh from India. Man, you guys are calling from... Really, I mean, it's just amazing how worldwide we are. BZ, love from Palestine. Big ups Palestine. What's going on, bro? Where are you, in the West Bank or are you in Gaza? Let me know. And that dude that said he was in North Korea, like, hopefully you're not trolling, man, because I really would like to talk to you. AJ donated $5. Appreciate you, AJ. What was the risk? For me, so once we grabbed this liquidity and I entered, the risk was just below this, right? So in terms of a trade, you're talking about a 3-to-1 trade, right? So this risk would have been 2 points on the S&P futures. 2 points is $100 per contract, so not a lot. This thing wants to turn green, even though the VIX is actually up now, which is crazy. The VIX is actually up now. This would be a tough trade right here. Let's see if we can get another trade for you guys. Guys, if you want me to send out another trade, hit that thumbs up. Hit that thumbs up and I will send another trade out just so that other people find this stream. Let's try to get this to at least 500 likes. There's 1,500 of you here. We're at 340. hit that thumbs up. And make sure that if you want that 50% off before it goes away, we're doing the biggest sale that we've ever done for the summer. Link is in the description below. The coupon code is summer sale. Make sure you type that in at checkout. Do not check out without typing that in. I want you guys to get the discount. 50% off for 3 months, not just for the first month. You'll get to see what the Academy's like. All right. I would take a stab at this trade again. We probably, actually, you know what? We do have an inverted, unfulfilled fair value gap here. If we can get to at least here, around 44, 41, on the SPY, for those of you that trade SPY, that would be around 441.75. That's where we'll be looking to take a trade from. Guys, if you have any questions, leave it in the comment section. Emmanuel, what's going on, brother? Donated 100 to HCF. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Can you trade futures in individual account on TD? Yes, of course. You need to apply for, I did a whole video on futures. Type in the Traveling Trader Futures. It's a whole free course on futures. It's on YouTube. It's actually will come out. If you just type in how to trade futures, it'll be in the top 3 results on YouTube, but you'll see it. Click that if you want to learn how to trade futures, for sure. Can you trade futures in your IRA? I don't think so. You could trade options in your IRA, but not futures. It does require a margin account. Katya, what's going on from Denmark? Wow, the 3rd time you join in less than 24 hours. I'm so humbled, Katya. She was in the summer mentorship last night. She was in the Discord live stream this morning, and then now on the YouTube live stream. What platform is best for futures? Whatever one you have access to. If you're outside of the U.S., you likely will want to be trading on interactive brokers. If you're in the U.S., you have your pick of TradeStation, Tradeovate, Thinkorswim. I personally trade on Thinkorswim. It does have the highest collateral, and it does have the highest fees. So you might want to look at Tradeovate or TradeStation that has lower collateral and lower fees. But in my view, I don't like the UI. Wow, I should have front ran this fucking trade. Sometimes I'm too conservative. Sometimes, my friends, I'm too conservative. Get this to 500 likes, guys. It's at 448. Let's go. You guys can do it. Any futures classes? Yes, I just told you. There's a free futures course on YouTube, and I am coming out with a full-on futures course for the Academy. So people who have signed up to the annual or the lifetime will get access to that for free. But I already have a free introductory course on YouTube. So make sure you click it on there. Buy or sell, Hasib says. I don't know what you're talking about, Hasib. Be more specific. About 14,000 people are texting me about gold. Are you talking about a day trade, guys? Gold has futures too, by the way. GL, I think it's no, not GLD. Sorry, GC. I don't like the look of gold here. I do like how RTY looks, actually. So I am releasing a recap of our RTY trade from Tuesday. $80 risked to make 700. That was on RTY. So I am releasing that recap. Make sure you check out for it on YouTube. But I do like RTY. Definitely looks clean here. Wow, I can't believe how much money I left on the table on ES. So much money left on the table. All right. Let me see your guys' questions. Guys, 14 more likes. Let's go. Is it a sell or buy? Abhishek, you're about to get banned for spamming, bro. US 30? I don't trade Forex. Sorry, bro. God, you guys are spamming like crazy. Hold on. I gotta mute the spammers. I don't even know if you're serious at this point. Does anyone know where the FOMC meeting is online? I want to watch it live. You can't watch it live, Fred. It's already released. It's already done. It came out half an hour ago. But yes, you can go to cnbc.com. Did the Feds increase interest rates? That's not today, bro. Today was not an interest rate meeting. Today was just a release of the minutes from July. Julio Parker, so many noobs in here. Jesus, do I buy? Should I go all in? Do I sell? Sushil, you made 10K on a live trade. Donate to the cause. How do you know, Gunmetal? Did you make a video on Tesla? No, I'm not making a video on Tesla. Tesla, buy or sell. Guys, if you ask buy or sell, tell me if you're talking about a day trade. Tell me if you're talking about, what are you talking about? A day trade, a swing trade, a multi-day hold. What are you talking about? What's the outcome of the meeting? Nothing changed. Consensus on one more rate hike potentially. Don't know if they're going to pause in September and hike in October or hike in October. Downturn in the economy expected now in 2024, not this year. That is the summary of it. Gunmetal says he said it above. He said he made 9 to 10K. Yeah, donate to the cause. Donate to Maui for sure. GBPJPY. Sorry, Rumal, I don't trade Forex, bro. I'm sorry. Why they keep trolling you, bro? Because they have nothing better to do. Okay, finally, Tino Tommy. Thank you for your serious question. Would you consider shorting? At where? 44.40? Wait a minute. What are you talking about? 44.40 is down here. Would I consider shorting if it comes down here? No. This is likely a long if you get it down here. This will likely be a long if you get it down here. All right. Let me see. Because so many people, for some reason, missed the meeting minutes. Let's read a little bit off here. Then I'm going to come back to the trades. Thank you guys so much for the 500 likes. I will be sending out another trade if I see one. For those of you that just joined, we had a fire-ass trade on ES, although we did leave a lot of money on the table. It literally took 2 seconds, and we banked 425 in like 2 seconds. So amazing trade. About, I don't know, 10 of you responded saying that you caught that. So congrats to you guys for catching that. We do this every single day in the Academy, whether it's live or on chat. We also have 2 other analysts that trade with us. So make sure that you click the link in the description and take advantage of that discount code. You will not see a discount like that again. Fed officials see upside risks to inflation, possibly leading to more rate hikes. Minutes show. With inflation well above committee's longer run goal and the labor market remaining tight, they want to see unemployment go up. Most participants continue to see significant upside risks to inflation, which could require further tightening of monetary policy. The meeting summary stated, the latest increase brought the Fed's key borrowing level, known as the federal funds rate, to a range targeted between 5.25% and 5%. Okay, we know all about that. It's critical that the stance of the monetary policy be sufficiently restrictive. 2%, lots of uncertainty. Almost all the members were in favor of a rate increase. A couple of them said that they could skip a hike. So that's where the skipping in September comes from. But there was concern over problems with commercial real estate. However, policymakers worry that declaring victory too soon could repeat critical mistakes of the past. In the 1970s, central bankers raised rates to combat double-digit inflation, but backed off quickly when prices showed tentative signs of backing off. So they don't want to repeat that, and they want to keep their foot on the gas. Oh, you could tell what I was looking at by these ads here. Some Fed officials of late have indicated that while rate cuts are unlikely this year, increases could be over. But that is not the consensus. So nothing really new. Rafiq, thank you so much for donating $20, bro. Hey, which Rafiq is this? Is this the Rafiq in the Discord? Appreciate your donation. Thank you, man. Z, if we take out high of the day liquidity, will you be looking for a potential short? Yes, if we truly take out high of the day liquidity. So someone asked me, what is my strategy, right? Now, this trade admittedly was a front run. Now, someone asked, what is a front run? A front run is when you take a trade when you don't have full confirmation, but you are able to still take a trade with a very manageable risk, especially if it's going to go in the direction that you thought, right? But you are front running because it's not an A+ trade. You don't have a market structure shift. You don't have a retracement into a point of interest. But the way that I typically trade, and there isn't one correct strategy, but our strategy, the reason that we are over 80% successful in the Discord across the board, whether you're talking about options, whether you're talking about selling strategies, whether you're talking about day trades, the reason that we are over 80% successful is because we're typically waiting for liquidity events before taking trades. So a lot of people will try to play double bottoms and double tops because that is what you're taught from a retail perspective when you're just starting out. But you quickly realize that the stops will get taken out routinely because the liquidity exists below there, right? So we wait for the liquidity to happen, and you essentially want to get a market structure shift. So in this case, going from bearish to bullish, and then you want a retracement into a point of interest, and that's what you want to take along. And it's the same thing for the short position. In this case, all I did was, because it was FOMC meeting minutes and the meeting minutes were over, we saw this liquidity grab here, and I just front ran it long. That's all I did. But I've also been trading for 20 years, and I'm very comfortable in setting stop limits, even if it doesn't go my way. So I don't mind front running every once in a while. The Quran Traveler, we love you, Z, from Palestine. What? There's 2 people from Palestine on the stream? Shut up. That is so dope. Do you guys both know each other? I know that's an ignorant question, but I know it's a very, 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 very small area, right? Whether you're in the West Bank or Gaza, it's a tiny area. So, you know, and if you guys are both interested in trading, you might know each other if you're in the same city. Now, if one of you's in Gaza and the other one's in the West Bank, completely different story. But if both of you are in Gaza or both of you are in the West Bank and you're both interested in trading, I would be very curious to know if you guys know each other. Love from Iraq. Hi from Ukraine. What's going on, Ivan? Yeah, it's me. Sorry on delay. Oh, what's going on, Rafiq? How you doing, bro? Do y'all know each other? Carlos, shut the fuck up, bro. Carlos, shut the fuck up, bro. Look, me being a racial chameleon already, you already know that it's impossible for me to make a racist remark. The reason is because it's a very, very tiny area, right? Like, you know, if you live in, I don't know, Nantucket, and there's another person that lives in Nantucket, and both of you are watching the stream, and both of you are into trading, you guys might know each other. That's all I'm saying. Carlos, shut the fuck up, bro. Load of Bull Trading says, hey from Antarctica. What do you want, a research team? Cybertruck Duo. What's up, Seattle? Yeah, see, you two know each other. Albania, Nigeria. I'm also from Palestine and Gaza, though. With a name like Harrison, bro, you're either like a reporter and that's why your name is Harrison, or you're using an alias. Ethiopian and Eritrean, Caleb says. That's actually very, very unique, right? That's like being half Pakistani and half Indian, because there's some political animosity, right, between Ethiopia and Eritrea. Maybe not among the people, but yeah, that's awesome. Morocco, Algeria, Sri Lanka, Muscat. Iosius says, love from Ethiopia. Brazil. What's going on, Pedro? Greece. Faction 0. I'm going to be in Greece in 2 weeks, bro. No, 3 weeks. I'm going to be in Greece. Fatima, yo from Paris. Fatima, did you watch the Women's World Cup? I cannot believe how good that French team was, and I can't believe they lost. That France team was my favorite team in the Women's World Cup, which is wild. Mustafa says, Jordan. Mikhail from Somalia. What's going on, bro? Vietnam says Daniel H. All right. Talk about gold. There are so many gold trolls here. It's as if like GLD paid for somebody to be here. Oh. Oh. Let's look at this setup real quick, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I will likely go in with... I want to go in here. I want to go in here. Does this represent a liquidity grab of some sort? No, but it is... I'm going to take one... If we can get to 442.25, well, let's see what's below here. Oh, no. See, this is what I hate about huge fair value gaps. I would long this. Let me see what my risk to reward would be. This is such a tough trade, man. This is longable, for sure, but your stop limit's going to have to be ridiculous. And being that I'm already up on previous trade and I want to save the money that I made, including the money that we made this morning. This is longable, but your risk to reward is not great. But this is certainly longable. It's just that this fair value gap is so large. Now, you could make the case that we are going to be trading off of this, and in which case this has mitigated most of this. Right? And so you could have set a stop limit, not maybe below here, but maybe... This is definitely longable, though. Let me see what RTY looks like. What about NQ? NQ has a very similar setup, right? This is called an inversion FVG. according to ICT, this right here. So in general, you would trade off of the fair value gap that you see in front of you. But if you have an unmitigated fair value gap that gets ran through like this one, the thesis goes that it might still be valid in certain circumstances. And you could take trades off of it, right? So as opposed to taking trades off of this fair value gap, this one, you would take trades off of the inversion one because it hasn't yet mitigated. Yeah, this is definitely longable, man. This would have been 6 points. This would have been already 300 per contract. Fuck. Hopefully some of you guys long this, but that's definitely longable. Abhishek, you're so, my God, bro, you're so incessant. How do y'all feel about the down? The down what? Down under? All right, literally, I'm not going to say it, but the people that are asking for gold all seem to have a very, very, very similar naming structure. I'm just going to say that. You guys are, this is so annoying, bro. Like, this is clearly some sort of bot shit going on. What about gold? Talk about gold. Gold, please. Gold. Gold, please. Gold, please. Literally. Michael Burry put a huge short. No, he didn't. No, I did a whole video on this, Nathan. The short wasn't 1.6 billion in SPY puts. No. The short was 20,000 SPY puts and 20,000 QQQ puts. That's all the short was. Much, much, much less than 1.6 billion. It's the nominal value of those shares. If you were to convert 20,000 options contracts to shares, the total would be 1.6 billion. The value of the short is not 1.6 billion. All right. Rich Dad Poor Dad has all his accounts here trying to sell gold. Yeah. I mean, it's clear. It's clear. Pedro, watch my free video on how to trade futures. Tradeovate and NinjaTrader not supported in Dubai? Yes, but Interactive Brokers is. FOMC talking what today? They didn't talk. Rewind the tape. It was the meeting minutes. When is come? What? What? When is come? I have no idea what that means, bro. Dovish or hawk eyes for USD? Y'all are crazy. All right, VIX has dropped a bit. Dixie definitely dropped the dollar index. I would like to see the dollar index drop from here for stocks to keep going up. Lauren, I like you. Wrong live stream, buddy. Comedy hour. When does the FOMC will talk? They will not talk. Can I be your assistant? Where are you, Leandros? PayPal along. We're on the verge of selling puts on PayPal for sure. Serious question, sir. You use smart money concepts for your trading method? I use some smart money concepts, yeah. I'm not an ICT trader, a pure ICT trader, but yes, for sure I use some ICT concepts. For sure. Disney selling puts. I would rather buy calls on Disney and then sell calls against those calls, right? So that's called a poor man's cover call. ES, no, it's not expiring. Yes, it's the one expiring in September. Roberto, ES, when you type in ES in TradingView, it's going to default to the September one. Yes. Guys, we're doing 50% off of WAP, our Discord monthly membership on WAP. That link is in the description. Make sure that you take advantage of that. We will not be doing that again for a very long time. This is only to celebrate our launch on WAP and celebrate the summer on WAP. So make sure that you click that link in the description and sign up for that. Especially if you want to take fire ass trades like this every single day. I like that beard. Where did you get it from? What? My beard? My God, bro. How do you not lose your mind with 90% of these comments? You know what? Honestly, Tom, they're not usually like this. I don't know if this is because this is a daytime stream. Ooh. Hold on. I still like the setup here. Mahalo from Oahu. Thank you for your donation drive for all those donating. Yes. Guys, if you can donate. Jojo, what are you talking about? Let me know what you're talking about. Why not trading Forex? I don't trade Forex. Too many things to trade. FOMC done? Yes. What's the news? Rewind the tape. We went over that. Anonymous donated $50. I do like a long here. I do like a long from here. My stop limit would be right here, but I do like a long from here. NVIDIA calls or puts, by the way. I'm in New York. It depends what you're talking about. Day trade, swing trade, what are you talking about? Would using liquidity grab worked 15 years ago? Yes. Liquidity's been a concept in the market forever. People have no shame just asking the dumbest questions. I think half of them are gold trolls, which I've actually never seen before. Dixie going up. Let's see. Yeah, Dixie's going up. We are nearing a point of resistance on Dixie. So let's see. Check the 30-minute. Might take lows again. The 30-minute looks like a potential liquidity event, honestly. But yeah, I mean, it certainly could take lows again. We're right there. So it could take lows again for sure. We'll see. Did he speak yet? He's not speaking today. Nvidia calls for earnings? No, dude. No. Just you should not be trading calls on one of the most expensive stocks with one of the most expensive premiums for that's how you go broke, especially after it had a 7% day on Monday. Like, have you seen the premiums on calls for Nvidia? It's insane. And that's not to say that Nvidia can't go up. It might. It's just the risk that you're taking is insane. All right. Let's see. We're up another 250 here. I'm gonna move my stop to break even up 260 now, 270. Like I said, we do this every single day, and you guys are shooting yourselves in the foot for not joining. I'm gonna set my stop to break even and then just let it ride. That way I'm playing with house money. Bro, short is the move. Christian wasn't here 2 seconds ago when we absolutely killed the longs. But it doesn't matter. My stop is at break even. Yeah, I'm going to ban the word gold. My entry in Dow Jones. Dow Jones what? Futures? 35,011. Basic question, where did you learn to trade? On the computer. PM, please answer. Please answer what? Is Disney a buy? For the long term, yeah. I don't think that Disney is going to get we're going to see a rocket ship on Disney anytime soon. Disney has a lot of pain points here, but it's also trading at lows that we saw during the pandemic, right? So here's the pandemic lows, and here's where we are. Right? So I do think that Disney does have a lot to write in terms of the ship, right? It has to write the ship quite a bit. But in the long term, I do think they're going to figure it out, right? In the long term, I think Disney will be above 100. Do you have any AMC? No, of course not. Why would I buy AMC, especially now since their shares can be diluted, right? I do think that there is a potential options trade on AMC, but yeah. I'm all in on SPCE. No, you're not. No, you're not. Stop trolling. Do you have any other YouTubers to recommend for Forex trading? No, I'm not. I don't trade Forex, bro. Ryan, thank you so much for your donation, bro. Thank you so much. Any economic data released tomorrow that might affect the market? You can look up the economic calendar. Not that I know of, but you can look up the economic calendar. Biden going on shortly remarks on Inflation Reduction Act. Is it? Let's see. Is it going to be? It's going to be after market close, though, right? Let me see. Okay, we will keep this here in the background just in case. How was Walmart? Have you been there? All right. So in terms of what the Fed is going to do, here's the reason why I think the Fed is not done hiking yet, right? So we have the CPI and core CPI, right, minus food and energy. Both of those now are below the Fed funds rate, and historically, this is when the Fed pauses. However, if you take a look at there's something very interesting here. If you take a look at this article here, there's something that I wanted to talk about why I think the Fed is going to go after unemployment. UBS says any country's consumer price inflation is a local affair. The biggest part of consumer prices are domestic labor costs. Countries have different items with different weights in their consumer price calculations. So what drives inflation in one country may be of little importance to the other. So in this case, if you read this article in total, this guy from UBS was saying that the Fed is actually going after employment and they're going after wages. And on this channel, you know that I've shared the wage tracker here, and you can see that wages are at least a 15-year high. So the Fed is clearly going after wages, and that is why I think they will continue to raise rates, even though the Fed funds rate is above CPI and core CPI here. Anonymous donated $5. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for your donation. What about Indian market tomorrow? I have no clue, bro. Check with your local YouTubers. What was the result of the Powell speech? Nothing, because he didn't talk. Tesla long setup. Let's look at Tesla. You mean for the long term? It definitely doesn't look like a long here. But I do think, what was the result of the Powell speech? Nothing, dude. He didn't talk. There was no Powell speech. Tesla does look like a potential long for multi-day. I would rather sell puts on Tesla, but it definitely looks like a long for multi-day. I don't think it looks like a long for today, if that's what you were wondering. But, you know, if you look at, like, for instance, if you look at where this price point is here on Tesla, this is almost exactly 50% of this previous bull run, right? And this is the 50% marker. What was the result of Powell's speech? Are you guys just botting at this point? There was no Powell speech, bro. All right, I'm actually going to put this person in timeout. He's asked like 10 times. But this is one of the reasons why I like Tesla here. Now, this may not be the bottom, but I don't mind selling puts on Tesla here. Because if you sell puts on Tesla, you can...
Distinguished guests, the President of the United States.
Bro, that scared the living shit out of me. Discount on the full academy. If you want access to the full academy, yeah, click the link and book a call. Otherwise, jump into the monthlies. Watch the market tank. The market is gonna tank when he speaks. This fool said it sounded like Star Wars. Yeah.
Everyone, it is a complete honor to be here today. In the last year, the Inflation Reduction Act has been transformative, and I get to see it every day.
Who's this
as
guy?
The CEO
Honestly,
of
who is
GE
this guy?
Vernova, an energy company focused, purpose-built to electrify and decarbonize the world.
He's the CEO of what? Some energy
Simply
company.
and clearly, the Inflation Reduction Act is working to drive action on climate change, energy security, manufacturing jobs, and American competitiveness. At GE Vernova, we are accelerating our investments every day in breakthrough technologies,
The market is
adding new
tanking.
factories, creating new jobs. And if I just give two quick examples, Schenectady, New York, the founding of General Electric. Exactly. With its size, with its legacy, we've invested $50 million this year, 200 new union jobs to create the first 6-megawatt wind turbine in the US. Pensacola, Florida, a place that we rely heavily on our Navy veterans, growing that business, $20 million investment this year to expand our Pensacola, Florida facility. And as exciting as these things are, the best is yet to come. I look at what we have going on in our nuclear business based out of Wilmington, North Carolina. We've added 650 jobs this year to position to deliver a 300 megawatt small modular reactor this decade in North America.
All right, I don't know why we're watching this. If you guys want to continue watching this, we can. I personally don't think there's anything to watch here. All right. Let's see. It's so funny the indices started dropping. That's crazy. But we are definitely at a major demand zone here. So let's see if the market just continues sideways here. We'll only have another 50 minutes, 5-0. If the market just continues sideways here for the rest of the day. It would be awesome to get a move up, but with some sort of confirmation. But I don't think we'll get it. All right. I don't think there's any messages I need to address. Anonymous, thank you so much for your $5 donation. I will be matching your guys' donation after the live stream for sure. Make sure that you follow me on Instagram if you want proof of that. I will post it on Instagram. So make sure that you post that you follow me on there. Do you trade SPY? Yeah, I have a short call spread on SPY that we opened up. Last week. That's up 40% now. Yeah, I do trade SPY. Burry the GOAT. What you fail to realize, Marin, is that Michael Burry lost a ton of money on these shorts. People don't know how to read a 13F statement. Michael Burry bought those shorts before June 30th. So on SPY and QQQ, and he bought options, right? So on SPY and QQQ, he basically bought these on before June 30th. So somewhere around here, right? And the market at that point had rallied by 7% or more. So he had already lost a shit ton, and he's still down on those shorts. He's not up on those shorts. Yeah, the market is tanking as Joe Biden is talking, for sure. Well, I don't even know if he started talking, but what time is Jay Powell speaking? Set your alarm clock to 3 a.m. He's speaking at 3 a.m. So set your alarm clock and make sure that you tell us when you wake up. SPY long, anyone? No. I had long the SPY earlier. Not the SPY, but the ES futures. Made out with that. Broke even on an NQ long. And that was it. That was it in terms of FOMC minute trades. It's my first and last time trading FOMC. Why? It was awesome. Matthew says, I heard yesterday you like TD platform for futures over E-Trade. Yeah, E-Trade sucks for everything. I don't like the E-Trade platform. I was long. Where was your stop limit? SPY puts printing. Yeah, we have a SPY short call spread that's currently printing. Where is my 1 second? There it is. Why M and NQ breached key levels? Let's see. If we take a look at the higher time frame, not yet. NQ has a key level here made from the June lows for sure, and it looks like we're headed there. Can we see how much money you have in your bank? Ask your mother. I told her last night. And here is a key level for ES, which we are very close to. We're closer to a key level on ES than NQ. Can you explain why SPX dumped but ES didn't? Yeah, because you didn't pay for real-time futures. Of course, SPX and ES both dumped, and they look exactly the same. Here's SPX, here's ES. But if you're on TradingView, you're on delayed 15 minutes delay on futures. So you will likely need to pay, not likely, you definitely need to pay for real-time futures data. But yeah, they're exactly the same. Michael Burry is a genie. You're wrong for calling it stupid. Two things, bro. Two things. Three things. One, I said the panic was stupid because if you look at the amount of puts, 20,000 puts is nothing compared to the amount of puts that they have, right? Secondly, I started hedging on August 10th, right? Here are my short trades here. August 10th. That was 6 days ago. Okay? If you look at the market, on the daily, right? I basically hedged near the top. All right? Michael Burry, you moron, opened his puts before June. Before June, right? Before June 30th. So he opened his puts somewhere here. The market rallied. And on the 13F, you don't even know if he closed his position. The position could already be closed due to this rally. So even this right here, he's still down on those puts. He's not up because he bought them here. Okay? And I wasn't saying that Michael Burry was stupid or that his shorts were stupid. I said the panic around them is stupid because he only has 20,000 calls and 20,000 puts, right? And I was saying that if you take a look at the options chain on the SPY on any given day, just take a look at any day, you'll see that the open interest on SPY puts, for instance, look at this. There's 153,000 for SPY puts on the 430 strike. There's 100,000 on the 425 strike. There's 120,000 on the 440 strike. And it goes on and on. There's 68,000 of the 415 strike. There's 87,000 of the 410 strike. There's 189,000 of the 400 strike. There's 134,000 of the 385 strike. And this is just for one expiration. So as I was saying, the 20,000 that he holds, I'm saying the panic over someone holding 20,000 puts or 20,000 calls is not that crazy, right? Because there's hundreds of thousands on any given day. So that's what I was saying was stupid, was that the panic around it, not the hedge. I myself started hedging, if you look here, on August 10th. Right? I thought that we would get a red August. I said, August is usually the start of a downturn leading into September, which is historically the worst month for stocks, especially if January through July has been up by over 10%, which it has this year. Earnings are pretty much over. The Fed doesn't meet again until September, and CPI is already out. Jackson Hole is August 24th to 26th, and I expect Jerome Powell to continue with the hawkish talk. Anyway, and I was talking about why I thought we'd see a downturn. So that's it. Hopefully that's clear. Are you accepting new members at this time, Seba? Yes, we are. Click the link in the description. Not only are we accepting new members, I'm going to keep the 50% discount open for the rest of the summer. So another 14 days, I will keep that 50% discount open. So yeah, and you will get access to this type of analysis as well. Z, stop reading all the negative comments, please. All right, man. Looks like TradingView doesn't allow me to pay for CME futures. Yeah, you need the Pro, and then you need to pay $5 a month. All right. Wow, we're close to the end of the day on the trading day. That's crazy. Let's see what the market looks like before we bow out. Is there a chance? Have you been to Antarctica? No, I've never been to Antarctica. What platform do you use to trade futures? Thinkorswim. Tomorrow we get a chance to lose more money. Did you lose money today? Trader up the block. Did you set? This is the problem with options, man. Like, did you set? Is that if you're wrong, you're already down 30, 40, 50%. You know what I mean? This is why I opt to day trade futures. Christian, I've been short since last week, bro. Day trading, swing trading is different. I've held a short position since last week. Do you ever trade the retrace back to your zone? Depends on what you mean. RPY yellow belt. Depends what you mean. What do you think about Ninja Trader futures platform? It's not my platform of choice, but there's a lot of people in the Discord that use it for sure. So a lot of people in here actually are using Ninja Trader, and they use it integrated with TradingView. What percentage of your money dedicated to investing trading would be split up? I don't know, bro. Because it depends on you, depends on your living situation, depends on your job, depends on everything. Depends on a lot. Really, how much money did you make then? A lot of money. Look, my analysis is here, bro. It doesn't matter how much money I made. It's all relative. We're not everyone has the same bank account size. That's why I opt for percentages rather than telling you how much money I made. But I went for a pretty big hedge here. Do you use Bookmap? No, I don't. Can you make a separate notify channel just for futures in the Discord? It's the day trade channel, bro. That will have options in futures. Right? As you can see here. What are the best methods to hedge again against a drop in the markets? I think it's a bit late for you to open up major hedges here. Is your Discord paid only? Yes. Or otherwise, it would be run by bots, just like this chat was earlier today when 4,000 people were asking me about gold. That 20K puts and calls wasn't what he paid. People think he spent 1.5 billion. Yeah, he didn't spend 1.5 billion. It was 20,000 SPY calls and 20,000 QQQ puts and 20,000 QQQ puts. That was it. It wasn't 1.5 billion. I think it's a bit late to start a big hedge here. Honestly, I think there was an optimal time, and I think right now We could see further downside. As I said before, like I do expect the summer pullback to be between 5 and 10%. We're already down 4%. 5% would be around around 435 on the SPY, and 10% would be, that would be a gift. 10% would be such a gift, but 10% would be around 412 on the SPY. Sell off tomorrow? That's not how the market works, bro. Nobody can tell you what's going to happen on one single day. Okay, sorry, I'm new to your channel. No, don't worry, Christian. All good, bro. All good. Why no book map? Do you use DOM level 2? No, I don't use any of that stuff. All you need is price action. But to each their own. I don't argue with anyone's strategy. Like if someone tells me that they're profitable doing something, all good, bro. Like honestly. Are we at a major support level here? Let me look at Nah, I mean, it's too late in the day. I don't want to lose any of the money that we made. It's too late in the day. Have you watched Billions? Yeah, I've definitely watched Billions. Sell side at 44.11.25 on ES. Let's see. Where's that level from, Ophir? 44.11.25. Where's that level from, bro? Check the weekly. Oh, yeah. I see what you're talking about. You're talking about this. Yeah, that's true. I think if you're gonna hedge, I think it's a bit too late. I'll be honest. I think the time to hedge was at the beginning of August when it was clear that August was likely to be a red month. Now you're hedging a bit too late. How does the London and Asia sessions affect New York? Not really. The only thing is that there is an overlap between London and New York where they trade together for 2 hours. So you do tend to see a spike in volume between 9:30 a.m. and 11:30 a.m. New York time. But other than that, I don't know what you mean in terms of how does it affect it. For futures, what are the best hedging options against an upcoming downturn? I think, like I said, I think you're late. But with futures, you can only sell a future or buy a future. It's not like options. What time frames do you like for day trades? I like the 5 minute the best, and then I go down or up from there depending on if I need more context. Tax incentives versus quality of life. For sure, quality of life. I don't care about tax incentives all that much. Either way, you're paying high taxes. It's just a matter of if you're paying a little bit more. What is a good price for the selling of Tesla puts? Whatever you are comfortable buying Tesla shares at. I don't know how the FOMC minutes will affect the Asia markets. But I do like Tesla here at this 0.5 retracement. Which futures product would you recommend to trade on a small account? MES, MNQ, and RTY. I don't know, bro. I've tried futures. I prefer options. I like that I can pick my strike and delta. Up to you, bro. You can also lose your entire premium in one move. So which is not a possibility with futures. Tesla is a buy now? I think so. I think this is definitely a discount for Tesla. We're already down 24% since July. This is definitely a juicy discount here. Tesla had the same type of retracement before. Yeah, I mean, if you look and use the fib, Tesla was also got stopped at the 0.5 level. And if you measure this, you know, this is like you said, this is in the 20s of percentage ranges. So we're getting to a point where we're at a decent buy point for Tesla. Would you consider taking a long position in SE or SHOP? Not at the moment. Are there peak times to trade MES and MNQ? Yeah, I mean, you want to trade at least starting 8:30 a.m. New York time when you have a ton of volume. But between 9:30 a.m. and 11:30 a.m. is when you have an overlap between London and New York. So I would say there. But you said September is also bad. September is, I said, historically the worst month in the stock market. Yeah. But it doesn't matter. I mean, I'm not looking for a bottom. I'm looking for a good buy point. And this is, to me, is a good buy point. What time frames would you trade the Tesla buy? I don't know what that means, Nathan. Sorry. Kind of want to wait for a retrace on Tesla, then short. Maybe if it gives that to you. How'd you get your start? Did you ever get funded by a prop firm? Bro, I'm so old. Prop firms didn't exist when I started trading. So no, I started because I had a job and I was able to fund my trading habits. But I have a degree in finance. That's how it all started. But I didn't learn any of this stuff in finance school. So this stuff is all self-taught. And we had an options group at one of my former jobs in 2010. And that's when I got serious into trading options. I was trading before then, but more stock trading. 2010 is when I really started getting into derivatives, right? But we had a small stock trading group at work. I used to work at a software company, and we would trade at work all day until 1 p.m. West Coast time. So yeah, I mean, that's how I got started. That's why I tell people, like, if you are starting out, trying to turn a small amount of money into a large amount of money is useless. You definitely want to have a sustainable income. You want to have a regular income in order to fund the mistakes that you're going to make, because you are going to make mistakes. Did you have a mentor? No, not really. I've had people that I've considered mentors in business, but in terms of trading, I didn't have a trading mentor. Well, probably would have fast-tracked my progress to have a trading mentor or to have a group like we have now, but should have, as opposed to having a mentor, we did have an options trading group. So it was a group of friends where we would get together and exchange trade ideas, exchange our mistakes, our winning trades, etc. Do you do option buying or selling? Mostly selling, but I will buy options on occasion. What will it take for the Dixie to stop rallying? For the Dixie to stop rallying, I mean, it has dropped quite a bit, right? As rates have gone up, it has dropped quite a bit. But I think I think they're definitely when we get a pause in rates or a cut in rates, things will be a lot more clear. All right, guys, hit that thumbs up on your way out. Let's try to get this to 650 likes. 50% off coupon code in the description. Make sure that you put your name here. It's absolutely free. Once this wait list is full, the spots will be gone forever. We're doing a free mastermind on August 27th. We'll teach you guys how to trade futures. We'll teach you guys how to sell options. Any discount for lifetime membership? Yes. Book a call in the description below and tell them that you joined the live stream and that I said to give you a discount. And if you are approved, then they will give you a discount. So book that call. Link is in the description as well. You get access to not only the courses, but you get access to all of the masterminds, the previous ones, all the future ones, all the future courses, and you get access to the Zoom calls with me as well, if you're on the lifetime membership. So either the monthlies or the lifetime, whichever one suits you more. But come join us. Hit that thumbs up on your way out. Thank you guys so much for donating. Oh, wow. I didn't realize that we donated, that you guys almost doubled the donations from Monday. So all we need is $31 more and we get to an even 1,000. $31 more of a donation and we get to an even 1,000. And I will match this. I will match your donations after the stream. Follow me on Instagram, by the way, where I post daily trading and finance content, as well as travels. And I will match this donation. So if we get $31 at least before I close the stream, then we'll have an even 1,000. I'm majoring in finance, minoring in management info systems. Badra, the boss. Badra, the boss. Thank you so much for the $50 donation, putting us over 1,000. Appreciate you. I will match this right after the stream, so make sure you check out my Instagram if you want to see a video of that. Badra, the boss. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Any tips on what electives to prioritize? Honestly, Chris, like, congrats on going to school. I don't know what curriculums look like these days. If there are any electives on charting or trading or whatever, make sure that you take those, because I didn't have those when I was doing my finance degree, and nothing that I do here, aside from looking at financial ratios and discounted cash flow models and etc. Nothing I do here from a trading front is something that I learned in school. So, but yeah, Nathan, good GG, bro. First time watching the stream, sub to the channel. Welcome, Nathan. Welcome. All right, guys, follow me on Instagram. If you want to see me match your donation, I will post it to Instagram later. Thank you guys so much for the donations. Thank you for joining the live stream. Use algorithms for trading? No, I don't. All right, look out for more updates on live streams. And if you want me to continue to live stream regularly and trade live regularly, hit that like button. Give this as many likes as possible, and let me know that you want me to live stream regularly, and I will. Peyton, peace. Astro Greek, peace. PZ, Free Palestine, peace. Chris Bravo, favorite country to trade abroad? Sardinia. All right, guys. Appreciate you. Great content as always. Z, super helpful. Thank you, Mario. Appreciate you. See you guys on the next stream. Maybe Friday.